Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I am most grateful to be given an opportunity to address this August Assembly on the Budget 2025-2026, which is aptly entitled From Abyss to Prosperity, Rebuilding the Bridge to the Future. Firm, compassionate, hopeful. These three words, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, in my view, depict the budget 2025-2026. One might think that these three words do not get along well, but in my view, in the world that we live in today in our country, given the state of our economy, they resonate as if we had no choice. Firm by the disciplined approach outlined in this budget, which seeks to implement rigid measures within our country, in particular regarding the financial chasm in which we have unjustly been thrown. Compassionate because we care for the people who fiercely believe in us, à juste titre, and whom we must protect earnestly. Hopeful because a beautiful life is also made of expectations, dreams, and first and foremost, an optimistic mind. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I concur in difficult times, we must remain disciplined, empathetic, and positive. The budget 2025-2026 presented by the Honorable Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, is not just a financial plan, but a turning point of our economy. The budget lays emphasis on economic renewal and the measures which will be devised to achieve this end. We have already, during these few days, heard some shocking figures regarding how the public funds had been previously used or misused, to say the least. I do not propose to add more. I would rather say this. Yes, there is an abyss, and we need to measure up to these challenging times and come up with a structured and thoughtful solution. I commend the line adopted in the budget 2025-2026, namely to shift the economic paradigm with structural reforms. As part of the strategy for economic renewal, we have measures implemented to protect the purchasing power of consumers, and this was one of the major concerns of the people. The Price Stabilization Fund of 10 billion rupees, which will be established, is to be favorably considered. We are not insensitive to the increase in products on an international level, which impacted on our country. However, with this measure, we will reduce the pressure exercised on consumers and producers. I welcome the decision to request the Competition Commission of Mauritius to conduct sector-wide pricing and profitability audits, especially regarding essential goods. This shows that the government is hereby acting responsibly, in that it aims to ensure that the rights of consumers are protected. A good decision is also to enact legislation to protect consumers from unscrupulous practices, which was an absolute necessity. By protecting the purchasing power, this government will ensure that the people would have better opportunities to have a good quality of life. A good quality of life also entails having access to water. With the measures brought about in this budget 2025-2026, the government will be investing in water infrastructure, such as replacement of water pipes, upgrading and rehabilitation of water treatment plants, and new service reservoirs. I myself witnessed loads of cases in my constituency, i.e. constituency number 12, Mayberg-Plenmagnon, whereby people were deprived of water in their homes in some instances due to the lack of proper water pipes. I saw the difficulties these people had to face and how this was affecting them in their day-to-day life. We can now reassure the population that this government has listened to their grievances. This government has adhered to restore some long overdue measures, such as the replacement of water pipes and new service reservoir to provide a better quality of life. Access to resources such as water is essential for the development of individuals. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, may I also comment on the decision to allocate 800 million rupees to support farmers, planters and breeders through various schemes and assistance programs. This is a very good decision which will not only allow them to develop their business, but it will also allow the population to have better access to local food products. It is also part of the budget to ensure that sugarcane planters earn a fair income, which in itself is a laudable decision. There was a necessity to restore the confidence of the people in the government and to convey to them that this present government will be attentive to their expectations. This can further be shown by the aim of this budget 2025-2026 to empower more women to start their own business by providing assistance to women entrepreneurs. We ensure a healthy society, creating opportunities for personal development of women whilst strengthening our economy. The budget 2025-2026 comes up with innovative actions to review the education system and strengthen the workforce. Education has always been at the core of this present government's aim. That is to ensure our education standards remains high and the workforce remains a vibrant, multi-skilled labor force. With the STEM education program, integrating science, technology, engineering and mathematics, youngsters will be encouraged to consider more alternatives, thereby creating a dynamic labor force offering more possibilities. However, good education also requires having the proper infrastructures, and I fully commend this initiative that a comprehensive audit of all public primary and secondary school infrastructures be carried out. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, our waste to wealth strategy is turning trash into opportunity. A refund on plastic bottles, industrial composting, and support for green industries. This is the future economy, circular and regenerative. And let us not forget the 164 million rupees investment in protecting our coasts, reefs, and marine ecosystems. For a small island state like ours, this is not just an environmental policy, it is survival. These are not token gestures, these are structural shifts. We are building climate resilience, creating green jobs, and laying the foundations for sustainable prosperity. It is our duty to not only have a budget for the current year, but a vision for our next generations. This budget places sustainability at the heart of our national agenda, and I fully agree. Protect our future generations also entails to combat drugs abuse, and the message is clear. We will be zero tolerance. It is a very good initiative than to have drug prevention programs set up in schools as proposed in the budget 2025-2026 by sensitizing our children to the havoc which drug abuse creates. We can more confidently believe that children will think twice before considering going along this destructive route. We must protect our children. We must uphold our values. We must instill a measure of responsibility in each and everyone, and this starts by inculcating healthy and solid values within our children. For it must not to be forgotten that happy families are those who feel safe in their country. And with the advent of an increasing number of drug addicts in our country, we had to act. the 3.5 million provided for the implementation of a structured drug rehabilitation and reintegration center at Petit Verger prison is a very sound decision in the fight against drug abuse. Happiness within the population will also be ensured by the measures provided to encourage sports, physical and recreational activities. It was also long awaited, and we are moving in a positive direction, than to provide for court infrastructure, improvements allowing judges, magistrates, law officers and legal professionals to work more efficiently, thereby creating amongst members of the public respect and assurance that the proper means are provided so that justice is dispensed. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, some might still be disillusioned, but we will never stop reminding them of what we have inherited from the previous government. As aptly remarked in the budget speech 2025-2026 of the Honourable Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, and to those who are still disillusioned after going through the budget 2025-2026, may we instill in them confidence that this government aims to act responsibly, and to act responsibly demands making difficult decisions. One of such difficult decisions pertains to the age eligibility for the basic retirement pension, being increased to 65 years. It has already been canvassed in the budget 2025-2026 of the Honourable the Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, that it is a very difficult decision, and although it is, the decision remains. Let us be honest, this is presently a matter of concern within the population. The people questioning this decision and wonder how it was reached. But in a democratic society, the people are perfectly entitled to ponder over government's decisions. But to those people, may we refer them to the justifications provided, and may we reassure them that there has been a reflection behind. It was not made for us, but it was the choice to make for the future generations. This government promised to rebuild the country and to act fairly. And this is what this government is presently doing, to redress the economy whilst acting in the best interests of the people and for our future generations. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, to conclude, I shall say that the tone of the budget 2025-2026 is certainly grave, for we all know now what we have inherited. However, it is also punctuated by bold measures to ease the life of our people and to reassure them that there will be a bright future. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, that when we go through dark times, we tend to be disappointed, but when it does not last for long, for those who believe, there will always be hope. This is why most of the honourable members of this August Assembly have decided to end on a positive note. I shall follow suit. To rebuild, we must be firm. To support, we must show empathy. And to illuminate, we must rise above the chaos. Thank you.
Thank you. Shall we break for tea now? Yes. I suspend the sitting for half an hour.